and present greetings to this superior beast.
Close the window.
You don't even know.
If he's too snotty to talk to us, I could care less, so he can sit back there and be bored.
Okay. Like I said, shouldn't an honorable one like you be greeting it when the sunrise, the best part of the day?
Do you actually know what his name means in Draconic?
Do I?
I think you would, actually. It means the first frost of the new dawn, and so when you say that, he kind of laughs and says, "Very well. I shall greet him, as it were, at the first frost of the new dawn." And so he basically just says, "I will greet him at my name."
Okay. And I say, and I bow,
Nice.
and I close the window, and I say to the captain, he would like to respectfully honor, well, in, of course, common, he would like to meet you in the morning, formally, and meet the crew formally.
Okay.
Devin,
Yeah, we'll have to talk about talk about his attitude and what everybody knows about him later. So, so planning. What do we know that we can do to stifle, prevent, avoid, interrupt illusions from this caster, so that we don't suffer another?
No, I actually have a trait that makes it so that if I interrupt somebody casting a spell, I can get a grit back once per day.
That's nice.
I could probably shift tactics to, instead of full rapid shot to kill everything, just like, nope, I'm gonna wait until you start casting it and then shoot.
Ready to interrupt the caster? Yeah, that's probably not a bad plan. How mechanically, out of character, how difficult is it to interrupt that spell? What's the...
I mean, she has to make a concentration check. I think it's equal to the damage, like 10 plus the damage or something.
Yeah.
Or is it
Close
just
to
the
spell
damage?
level.
I could try to hit her with some,
Damage.
Are you
plus
talking
loss.
about interrupting a spell that's currently being concentrated, or a spell that they're casting?
Either,
Casting.
both.
Okay.
one that they're casting?
Casting
hopefully.
is 10 plus twice the spell level.
No matter how much damage.
15 plus twice. Oh, no. If it's a spell they're currently casting, to cast defensively, it's 15 plus twice the spell level.
Yeah, but
if
I
it's a
shoot
spell
her-
that's already casted, it's 10 plus the spell level plus the damage,
okay.
Okay.
which is normally pretty bad. It's going to be horrible.
Yeah, that's going to be painful. Okay, so that does sound like it would be worth the attempt.
Like, I'm probably going to stick with the same tactics I did before, like trying to blind her, because a blind caster is a SOL.
Yeah,
Is it-
well, and illusions specifically are going to be vastly harder.
Because
Yeah.
I have I got two, what's the name of it, Sea of Visibilities, if she want to, play that Disappear act. And I'm already going to prepare two Burning Hands, just because if she has the mirror image up, it doesn't matter.
Dom,
But-
you're an Arcanist now, right?
Yeah, I got one level
Right.
Arcane Trickster. No, I'm not Arcanist, I'm just Wizard.
Oh, Wizard. Yeah, I didn't want to
Yeah.
mess that up.
Yeah, you
Arcane
did.
Trickster. And
Oh.
I don't think Craig's a rogue anymore. I think he's just Barbarian Fighter, right?
No, barbarian fighter, no
Oh,
rogue.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I picked up the Rogue, before we can have
Yeah,
the
I-
trap.
Yeah, I ditched the rogue levels. Unfortunately, it had side effects that I wasn't really considering, which, like a total crash of my will save. I went from a 5
All
to
those
a
paladins you killed.
1. Yeah.
Yeah. So if
said
you stay
fine.
close to me within 10 feet, then protection, magic circle protection from evil should give us a little boost against
Little
her
help.
magic. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything we can do to help us, other than her not knowing we're there, which is what I'm really going to try to do, what I really want to try to do?
The
Is there
other,
anything else we can do to avoid illusions that already exist?
Those are a little bit more tricky.
not really.
You have to interact.
Okay,
with them.
so here's
Yeah.
the way it goes with illusions that already exist. You have to interact in some way. So, for instance, if you were within range to toss out a detect magic, you would get a will save while detecting magic to see if you would detect it or not.
Yeah.
Or if
Oh, okay.
you threw a rock through it, you would get something. In some form, you have to interact with it.
Yeah.
Put aces
So-
right in the front of the ship, like the very
Like that.
front, and just have him detect magic. And when we're 60 feet from an illusion, it'll just say, turn left!
So, the way ship combat works, you move like several hundred feet around. So, by the time you detect an illusion at that range, unless you're going super slow, you're going to crash right into it.
Yeah. What are we saying, Adam?
I mean, we could have... I mean, this would take a lot of bolts, but you could just have somebody with like a heavy crossbow just firing, you know, every...
You don't have that kind of ammo. Unless you want to be real specific about it and, like, wait until you see the whites of their illusion, then yeah.
Yeah, but then we're still going to have to have some sense of where we're going to have to start worrying about it, so that's kind of painful. All right.
So, did you ever make sense of your character sheet from, you know, all your adjustments and all your, you know... Because I remember there was an issue last time with understanding your AC and bonuses and all that stuff.
I think so. I went back and double checked everything, and I still have a 3 deflection that I'm not 100% sure where it comes from. There's no buffs. There's no spells. There's nothing on the AC calculation. I put in a +3 user mod, and I don't know why or what it came from.
Probably from a temporary thing. You can go ahead and
probably was a buff. Yeah, I would imagine it was a buff. So I just took it off.
Okay.
So I have to assume that there was some reason, something we did, a buff or a spell or something that I manually put in a +3 deflection mod. I don't know what that came from. So I found it.
So. Just know that, you know, the shield other lasts 7 hours. I usually cast that on you.
Okay.
You know, pretty much, you know, during the day, during at night, whatever. And then, so that's not going to stack with the magic protection, magic circle versus evil.
Okay.
So instead of basically getting +1 to your AC and +1 to your saves, you'll have a +2. They don't stack.
Yeah.
+2 to both?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, both spells give you +1. One's a resistance bonus, one's a deflection bonus.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you have a cloak of resistance bonus won't stack.
Yeah. So if you have a cloak of resistance or if you have a ring of protection, then the shield other spell won't help, and then the protection from evil won't stack. It'll just give you the 2.
I have no resistance bonuses, so.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you're good. And just remember, you know, raging's going to help that will save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Dan's going to... Agrajag is going to ready Verser spellcasting.
Yeah, I'm going to do less damage overall, but if it interrupts their spellcasting...
No one else that I know of has See Invisible. We know... Well, I don't know, but you guys... Someone saw her turn invisible, I think.
Dan character did.
Okay. So...
Plus, I know she's illusionist, so that's like one of the first spells I took on my illusionist list, invisibility.
Yeah, I mean, so does anyone have the power to dispel an illusion, whether it's glitter dust, fairy fire, anything like that?
I don't know that glitter dust would...
It outlines her.
Well, it would... Well, you said to dispel an illusion. It would certainly outline an invisible person, but as far as an illusion, they could just have the illusion react as if it was hit by glitter dust. So even if you made your will save, they could still have it seem like, oh, it's still an illusion just with glitter dust in it.
Yeah, illusions are tricky like that.
Yeah.
But if someone else shout out it's an illusion, they get +4 to the save.
Yeah, if you know.
So if one of us like, it's illusion time. Oh, better yet, have code names. It's the
I'm just glad she hasn't started doing like shadow conjuration.
Oh God.
Yeah, because Phantasmal Killer was just not enough.
Just not enough. Yeah, exactly. Phantasmal Killer has always been just flat out terrifying.
Yeah.
Especially against low fort save.
Especially against people who you know don't have telepathy.
So.
Make up your mind.
Hey, does anyone have the message spell?
Not high enough yet. Oh, okay. I have like...
It's a cantrip.
I think he's talking about the Whisper spell, the Whisper Network.
Oh, the 0-1? Yeah, I got that one. I already had that last time.
Okay.
Will
you cast it? So you can, we can, whisper illusion or something when stuff is happening.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
I love how you have to point to that spell. It's like point to the individual. Like,
I won't.
illusion.
Who's texting me?
Here's the really cool stuff is when I turn my head like this, I'm like, Dom, what's going on up there? You got a phone call?
Yeah.
How's it going down on the couch over there? Yeah.
It's like Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Marsha.
Wow, that's a cool Paizo shirt you got there. Is that goblins?
That is
Yes.
goblins. Thank you for asking.
Is that a goblin wearing a Paizo shirt?
Yeah.
Meta.
So meta.
Recursive.
Yeah. I think if Dan was a goblin, he would wear a shirt with humans on it.
All right. Anything else we should concern ourselves with? Is there anything else about this we think we can prep for?
James Jives.
Yeah? You called?
Well, we
We
have some idea. We have some idea where they are, right?
Yeah. And we were
So-
planning to try to put up illusion, like me and Navardi work on like a what was it? It was spell minor illusion to try to sneak up on them. You take the left side, take the right side, and concentrate.
Yeah, we just silent image, like, nope, everything's normal. And on the other side of the illusion, it's just us riding up on them.
Oh yeah,
put
we were gonna do the silent image of the of our
Yeah.
ship, right? With water.
Under cloak
Yeah.
of silent image.
Hells yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
gonna tag team this crap.
So,
Okay.
how long are you going to be maintaining that image for?
Wherever we get within seeing distance of the place, I guess. I'm not
What's the
sure.
duration of
Awesome.
silent image concentration?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're maintaining it for a super long time, I would be asking for, like, a constitution check to not get bored and fuck off. Well, think about it. You're sitting there and you're literally like, image, image,
water,
image,
water,
image.
water.
Especially when like you could smell the like the perfume and the Clistrian cleric walk by. You're like, damn,
image.
what happened? What was I thinking about?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's why I want both of
Okay.
us to do it for it. Like,
Yeah, that sounds. I'm a big fan of simple. That sounds like a nice simple plan.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll start
Can
moving
we
that
answer your
direction.
question, Arthur? And then
What's the question?
you asked us how long we were gonna try to.
Yeah,
do that.
it sounded like you weren't gonna.
Not until we get kind of in the area,
Okay.
you know.
All right. So you sail for a few hours. You finally get into the general area, and exactly where you think the base should be, you see nothing but ocean in every direction.
Okay, it's
Okay.
time to put up our.
They're
Okay.
turning our plan back on us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, we already know it's going to be hidden. That's the thing.
Oh, excuse
So
me.
what's the plan?
Captain?
What kind of?
Shall I
dragon
start
is
concentrating
like-
on nothing?
Wait a minute. What type of dragon is our friend?
He's a wyvern, a night wyvern.
Is he high enough, like wyvern catapult, to have dragon senses? Or would I know that? Let me knowledge him first. Before I start asking him questions about his dragonhood. Knowledge Arcana 27.
He has scent, but he doesn't have dragon senses.
Okay. It's not bad, but yeah, I don't feel like brown nosing him to try to get him to look out unless he has like that pinpoint, like I know exactly where they are thing.
Can I throw a pebble in the direction I think the base should be?
How far do you think you can throw a pebble?
10 range increments.
He's got a nice pebble shooter.
So, I mean,
got
if your
slingshot.
ship is going full speed, you can throw the pebble, but, I mean, you'll catch up with the pebble before the round is done.
Yeah.
The pebble.
That's the way
back in
Pathfinder
face.
works. You literally, like, throw a pebble, and you'll catch up with and pass it mid-flight.
Yeah.
Do any of the...
Physics.
Does anybody on the ship have a stone bow?
Stone bow. No.
Yeah, it's in a splat book. It's a crossbow for sling
No.
bullets.
No. I hear you saying splat books. No. NPCs don't carry non-core gear.
Alright, alright. What's the range on a ballista?
I bust out some arrows and I shoot like at technical like do.
So yeah, I think Aces, while you're doing that, this Fodoyuvna is like, what is it exactly that you, inferior being, are attempting to accomplish with this ridiculous plan of action?
I said we're looking for a inferior half-orc lady that killed one of our friends. That's why you're in contract with us. Her boat is hidden out here inside the island.
He says, what island? I see no island here.
Unfortunately, she's a high-level illusionist, so she have it hidden. We have to interact with
He
it.
actually, like, all of you see this. He like, throws his head back, and a huge wave of poison mist comes out. He starts laughing, and he says, this one does not fear a tiny wizard, one who attempts to use what we dragons can naturally access. I can find this wizard for you, for a price.
What is this price?
So he kind of like snaps his head around and is like, what are you offering for my assistance in this matter?
Unfortunately,
I wish I
do not.
spoke Draconic, because then I would be pointing at Frederick.
I think the camera shifts to Frederick, who's on the front of the boat, and he's actually like, so what he's doing is he's like having them put nets out to the side of the boat so that there's like a drag wave behind the ship, and so like if anything disturbs the wake, you guys will notice. So if you go like past it, you'll notice.
Oh, that's pretty smart. Okay.
Fair enough.
It's also slowing you down an appreciable amount, like a huge fraction of your speed.
What do you know of Jeff?
The Wyvern says, Jeff, I do not know this name.
The aboleth that wished to destroy us all. With
He's like, this is the name of an inferior creature then. Some humanoid?
No, aboleth. They think they're inferior to
yeah, you say aboleth, and he actually, like, literally spits poison onto the deck, and it starts eating away at, like, some rear portion of the ship, and you see it, like, acidically dissolving part of the wood.
You're paying for that.
I say that. I say I do. You know I have to fix that, right?
He's like, it is worth the price. Aboleth are an abomination. They are not of this world. You would offer me, Jeff?
Yeah. Give me a sec. My phone's like going off. Oh, so that's why my alarm clock didn't go off this morning. It was fit for PM. Give me a sec.
Come on, man. You get up at 9:05 in the morning? Okay. We learned something new about Dom.
Well, do we know what time zone he's in?
That's a good question. Don't.
Boom.
Well, I'm just saying, his alarm is set 5 minutes after the hour. I mean, typically people set it at the hour, right?
I set it a quarter after.
And I'm back.
Depends on what time you want to be somewhere.
Crazy.
No, I set it for 5 minutes after because I accidentally turned it off and said changing the Zoom to what's the name of it, snooze to wake me up because I wanted a little extra 5 minutes. So I set it for 5 minutes later.
Okay.
I can send it back to Zoom later, but I forgot to change the AM to PM when I reset the laptop. I mean the alarm clock, and I was like, why didn't it wake me up? It's like, that's weird.
All right. What I mean, how? In what way are you offering him Jeff? I mean, you literally just said the name Jeff.
I have some research on where he might be. We're hunting for
So he's like, research, and then he like pounds his dragon claws on the deck. You think what I want is research as to his location? This one does not accept research for an aboleth. They must be purged. They are even less than you are, worm.
Okay, I say I have nothing to offer you. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's about how I feel. Heck with him. Don't care.
As you turn away, he says, like, very formally, this one will have a fantastic day. And then, like, turns around, puts a stinger up behind him, and, like, faces out the back end of the deck, ignoring everyone.
Now I know
Can't wait till we get a chance to dump him in the water for one reason or another.
Yeah, I feel like, what's the name of it? Dave's character dealing with that alien dude. That's what I feel like right now. It's like, drama queen. I continue doing my arrow thing.
Okay.
Commodore, shall I begin the illusion?
Yes, I believe this would be an appropriate time because we're pretty sure we're in the right area.
I love it.
I start it.
You're shooting arrows, you got nets out behind you, and now you got an illusion up. Alright, you create a pretty complex illusion to take into account that there's now a giant wake coming up from behind your ship that should not be there. And arrows randomly flying out of nowhere.
Well, if you put illusion, I'll stop the arrows.
Alright,
Okay,
so you
basically
this is like submarine warfare now. Wherever their ship and or island base is at, you can't see it, and now that you've stopped doing everything and hidden yourself, they can't see you either.
Right. So we're just going to have to wander around and ping. We have no...
What are you using to ping?
Flying ability,
Wait a minute.
right?
No, I could always...
I use detect magic. Can I try to use that?
It only has a 60-foot range.
Yeah,
I could
unfortunately,
swim. I am an aquatic creature. I could just swim about as you guys...
you know, that's actually pretty good because I'm sure the illusion doesn't extend to below the water.
Yeah, that'll be kind of...
Maybe. So, want me to give it a shot?
What's your speed?
I have a 30-foot swim speed.
Yes, let's send Dan out alone and see what happens.
Well, give me all the buffs first.
Well, no, actually, you can just
What buffs do you
hang
want?
on the side of the ship with a rope. You know, you don't even have to swim. Just stay underwater and watch ahead of us and see. I mean, if you see a coral shelf and we see open ocean, we know something's up, right?
Okay. We're
So, I
going
mean,
to test that
really
hypothesis.
you don't really need to swim to keep up. You can just hold on to a rope or tie a rope around you or something so we can drag you.
How about we stop the ship? I do circles underwater, like out to 50 feet or so, or maybe like 100, 150, whatever.
Well,
It's like, okay, it's clear.
So, according
Grid.
to Wikipedia, in extremely clear water visibility with no turbulence, the max range you can see is about 240 feet.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been diving where I was floating on the surface, and I could see the bottom was 210 feet, and I could see stuff crawling around on the bottom. So, yeah,
Do you have low light vision?
that's probably the most perfect.
A low light vision is not going to help you here. It's literally a physical barrier called Cercelli's disc. The way
There you go.
it interacts with your eyes.
Yeah.
You're looking at refraction from a distance.
Any code I actually learned earlier today to stop running up on big things.
All right.
Okay, so, yeah. This will work. It's going to take hours, but it will work.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We got time.
All right.
Time is
As the sun is setting, as the last gleam of the sun dips beneath the ocean, you do catch, like, an underwater island several hundred feet off the east side of the ship. It would seem that the illusion, as you suspected, does not extend underwater.
Nice. Okay.
So, wait,
So-
the whole island is underwater, but it breaches the surface?
No, you can see the underwater part. We don't see anything above water.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we
You
will
come back and tell us
quietly, we'll warn everybody on the ship to silence, and we will very quietly
Wow,
Turn the
everyone is
ship.
slamming Dan in chat right now. Holy shit.
Yeah. Poor Dan.
turn and face the island so our illusion is in front, and wait for dark.
Okay, within 10 to 15 minutes, the dark sets in. I think, like, as the dark sets in, your wyvern, which is a night wyvern, basically just, like, literally disappears off the back end of the boat.
Okay.
It's just, it blends in so well with the night, it's almost impossible to see.
Yeah.
And those who do view it in passing, or as it occasionally snaps ahead at an errant crew member coming back there to, like, clean up the acid off the deck, see it just, like, watching very cautiously, chronicling what you do.
Okay. All right, so maybe go in the ship's boat and try to ease our way onto the island,
Oh,
or take
yeah,
the
Yeah, we're
ship
gonna
further.
use.
Take the ship further away. Maybe get behind a barrier, natural barrier on the island or something when we can see it, so that the ship is somewhat shielded.
Or I can just do the same illusion with the boat, the rowboat.
Well, but we still need to protect the ship until we get on the island, so they're not ready for us.
Okay.
What?
Well, let me tell you what you see when you penetrate their illusion. You see
Okay.
a small rocky island. So there's a shoreline on the northeast side of the island. Other than that, it's basically like impassable rock, with like shoals that would be difficult to like breach and land through. But at the area where the shoreline is, it looks like a deep port. Like it's ocean level deep. You could pull the ship like right up next to the waterline and just come out onto it if you wanted to. There does seem to be,
Surprise!
there's some peerage there too. Like, it's not particularly well hidden, but if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it. There's like mobile deployable piers that they can like roll out from behind some bushes and like bring cargo up and down.
We could always
Show
just
up
take
the
your hat and transform it to a boat and row across.
You
Or
want
leave
to
the ship
deploy
in
the
safety.
Besmara's hat?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Let's deploy the Bismarck's hat.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. You
That's
Don't
not a
deploy.
use
good
it,
idea.
you'll lose it.
Who are you taking?
I think we can just take the officers. I don't see any
Let's
reason
bring
to
that
take.
backup gnome illusionist that's still
Person?
around.
Nope.
We-
Not on the ship.
I think he went to one of the other crews at some point.
Oh no.
I think we
Captain
should take
Quinn or Captain Mockingbird.
Frederick. He hasn't seemed very reliable.
Yeah, time to prove yourself.
Trying to butt into our meetings, and he
Yeah, he
we
just-
can invite
he
him, be
just
like,
may be
yeah,
a-
come along. We'll
He
we'll
just
take
may
you
be
on
a
your
go-getter.
We'll have a day of it.
Okay.
Well, what time?
Yeah, okay. You invite Frederick along, and he says, "Very well, that is something that I can do," and straps a scimitar to his back, and like a small smell component pouch around his neck,
Oh.
and like gets this long like duster, cowboy style duster that's made out of like sail canvas, and puts it on and like fluffs it out so he looks like a badass.
Hell yeah. Bring it.
Dervish dancing motherfucking maguses.
All right.
What's the shame?
So let's move on. Try to sneak up on the island. Be as quiet as we can.
Okay, yeah.
At least it's not a black scimitar.
You
Do you want
get
me to use the other
Black
illusion spell
blade.
to keep us from coming in noticed?
Okay, I can use another spell to do that.
Okay, yeah. You land unopposed on the shoreline.
Okay. Anybody moving about?
No. Hidden from the shoreline, however, you eventually, after a few minutes of searching, do find a base that is a ramshackle series of thatched huts surrounded by a flimsy wooden palisade. It's easy to find at night because it's lit by torches.
Okay.
Nice.
Otherwise, it
to-
would be extremely difficult. It's built to, like, blend in with the natural rocky exterior.
Yeah. Okay.
After I drop the illusion, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil Circle. So I'll tell everyone, if you want to be next to me, you'll have a protection, and then I will have Shield Other on the Commodore.
Yeah, when you say that, Mr. Frederick says, my apologies, Alaris. First mate, Alaris. I prefer to work alone. I'll be outside of your circle.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright, have fun.
So that is a 2 resistance modifier?
Yes.
Versus
To-
evil, yes.
Versus Evil, yeah.
Oh, just okay.
Just versus evil.
And I'll just ask then.
So,
All right. So